back to Purple Fufu. I think we're on episode 9 now. Am I right?
Believe so.
We're on episode 9 now. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
I know my
Jeez.
shit. I'm PFF_vibes, slime ball on Twitter with my co-host, Rager Season. It's still at PFF Rager Season, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
And PFF_host Vikings theorist. Boof is currently stuck at work, bowing to the man, so he will be on later. But we are going to talk about the Cowboys game, I suppose.
God.
I guess that's something that we're going to have to talk about, unfortunately. I'm in my Ted Kaczynski phase now with this team, as you may be able to tell from my recent manic episode on Twitter. But I'm here to vent about it. I'm ready to talk about it. I'm not, but let's do it. How we feeling, guys?
Do we have to talk about it?
Uh,
I think we definitely should, but it's going to be very painful that we have to talk about this.
Yeah, I was at the game. I'm
God.
still not certain that there was a game. I could have just zoned out and been wandering around Minneapolis for 3 hours. I don't know. I don't recall a football game ever happening.
So, that's truly how I feel. Like, I watched it, and that game, the third quarter got done, and I was like, oh, yes, we're finally done with this game. I didn't realize it was like the end of the third quarter. And so my friend I was watching it with, he was like, no, Bryce, you still have a full quarter to sit through. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to sit through another quarter of this. And that's like 3 hours just felt like the longest time of my life that I have like completely wiped it out of my head. I'm not even going to lie to you. I can't remember one thing besides the O-line being absolute awful in that game. That's about it.
Yeah, I had immediately blacked it out, a good portion of it, until I decided to make a video about it that like focuses on the lowlights. So I unfortunately remember a lot of the game, and I'm a broken individual. I was thinking about moving into a shack in Montana and just taking some time in the elements to reconnect to my roots.
You're probably onto something there. I
Yeah.
feel like I should take inspiration from that.
I will either be the Henry David Thoreau or the Ted Kaczynski of Vikings Twitter, and it remains to be seen which it will be.
At least wait till the end of the season so we can film a full season of Purple Fufu, and then you can go wild with it.
All right, that sounds great. I'm just kidding. I need to preface that that's total parody. No, we honestly, like there's no real positives to getting smoked 40-3.
Right.
Like it was, I mean, but the thing is that like it was so bad to the point where it almost feels like there's really nothing to talk about. Like it's like everything was bad. Okay, so we go back to fucking the drawing board. We go back to square one. And frankly, like this team was acting like hot shit. Like they were fucking feeling themselves over these last 7 games or whatever. Maybe it wasn't the worst thing in the world for them to get their ass kicked a little bit.
And I'm a proponent for that. Every good team has an ugly loss. We can go look at previous Super Bowl winners and go down their schedule and be like, this is where they got fucking like just their ass handed to them. And I think that's a wake up call. Any good team is going to take this as a wake up call. So yes, we're 8-2. We lost to Dallas, and I'll say that Dallas is a good team. Dallas's defense is legit. I'm going to be 100% honest. They're probably going to win the East. I don't see Philly beating them. But we lost to another playoff team, a potential Super Bowl contender. So yes, the loss was 40-3, but nobody ever looks at the win margin. A loss is a loss, a win is a win.
Correct.
Can I tell you guys a story?
Please.
Yeah.
So bear with me here. We're going back to the year 2020. We are in the midst of COVID. We're in the midst of no preseason. It's a weird time. There's a certain team that's 6-2. They're going into week 9. They're really feeling themselves. They have aspirations of playoffs. They're riding high, and they want to keep it going. They have a home game on November 8th, 2020, against another good team. I don't think not as good. They kind of hit their peak, but they're on the way down. But they're still a good team. You gotta take them seriously, especially if you have playoff aspirations. Our team lost 38-3 at home, week 9 in mid-November. They went on to win the Super Bowl. I'm talking about the 2020 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You may remember. They faced the New Orleans Saints, who, like I said, for their credit, they were pretty good. Dallas Cowboys are pretty good. The Saints beat them 38-3. Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions. Sometimes you're just going to get your shit kicked in, and you just got to throw it away. You got to move on.
Right. Yeah. And I think, frankly, that's what I can guarantee Kevin O'Connell's just going to like throw everything he had for this game out. He's like, none of this shit worked, especially with the team we have coming up on Thursday. He's like, we're not doing any of this shit. It didn't work. So I don't know if you guys saw like any of the player interviews today, but there was a lot of accountability on everybody. Like everybody took accountability. And I think that was huge because previous regime nobody would have took accountability. So to see that culture starting to build in this franchise, I think that's huge.
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we really need to see. Going back, you guys were talking about how the team was feeling themselves. They were really high on their shit. I believe it was Alec Pierce of The Athletic. Welcome to town, Alec. He mentioned that inside the locker room after the Bills game, it felt like a lot of shock. Like there was obviously a lot of hype and there was a lot of excitement, but there was a feeling of like, how the hell did we just do that? And from other sources, that's identical to how the Vikings were feeling after the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yep.
Going to Philly the next week.
Guys in our game predictions.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you're just the Oracle. The Vikings need to hire you. So.
I'm taking the nickname. I'm sorry, Rick. That's not.
Sorry, Rick. Get out of here.
Are you 10-0 on your Vikings picks this year? I don't think so. Just saying.
You're 10-0.
Yeah, I've got them.
Yeah.
I got all the wins right, and then the Eagles and the Cowboys losses.
I feel like anytime my game prediction agrees with you now, it's just going to be a total cop out. Like, oh, I don't know if the Vikings are going to win this week, but the slime says they will, so I think they're just going to.
Dude, I don't know though, because I was looking at the rest of the schedule, and I'm like, the rest of these games are kind of tough to call because any of those games, those road games against the division teams late in the year, those could go either way with the way that Justin's running around and Rodgers is kind of starting to feel himself a little bit.
Right. And our next 2 home games are against really good defenses. Like New York, I don't care what anybody says, New York Jets have a good defense. Their offense is ass, yes, but their defense is legit. I think they probably have like a top 10 defense this year. And New England's always had a good defense. So
I'm gonna save all that for later, but I'm worried about that game.
About the Patriots now?
Yeah, the Patriots. I'm a little bit worried about that one. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah.
Sticking with the Cowboys game, dude. Dak kind of looks good. I've been like a little bit shocked by Dak.
Was it our defense that made him look good, or
probably? I mean, he was 22 of 26. So
our defense didn't bother to show up. So I mean, fucking Tony Pollard, which I mean, frankly, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but Tony Pollard needs to be RB1 in that team.
Good, he's RB1 in the NFL. Like, what's Ezekiel Elliott still doing on that team?
Like, he had like 130 scrimmage yards. Like,
he had 6 catches and 15 carries. I mean, the dude's getting 20 touches a game, and he fucking is averaging like 7 yards a touch.
Well, he had that fucking 50-yard touchdown against
like
us.
2 50-yard plays.
Yeah.
I think Mike McCarthy, like a week or 2 ago, was like, we have to limit. Or maybe it was Kellen Moore. They're like, we have to limit Tony Pollard's touches to 30 a game. Otherwise, if he goes above that, he is horribly inefficient and it's terrible. There was a game a few weeks ago. I heard this from Luke Braun. He hit like 72 touches in a game. It was one of the games where Zeke got hurt. His efficiency went up after he hit 30, and it just continued to go up.
Really?
He is an insane player.
Dude.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Tony Pollard's kind of nice. Like,
I got to college. Do you guys know where he went to college?
I have no idea. Looks like Theorist is on it.
Yeah, he's got that unlocked. I don't know.
He went to Memphis.
Okay.
RBU.
Well,
Memphis has had a lot of good running backs in the
What was his final year? What year was he?
2018, I think.
What was his? I mean, I know
No, he
we're a
was he was
Vikings.
picked in 2019.
I know we're a Vikings podcast, but I kind of want to hear what his stats were, his final stat line in
I'm curious
college.
too.
Yeah, we got it. We got it right here. 2018 at Memphis, 78 attempts, 552 yards, 7.1 average, 6 touchdowns, 39 receptions, almost 500 yards, 3 receiving touchdowns.
Jesus.
Good
Yeah.
player.
This dude slipped to the 4th round, huh? Oh,
Well,
It's got to be at Memphis.
was that the year was that the big contract year that Zeke got? Was it 2019? I don't remember when he got his big contract extension, but
I think it was the year after. He was drafted in 2015, right?
oh yeah, I don't fucking whatever. I mean, he's ass now, so
Yeah, he's out of there.
That stat line was so funny. Yesterday they showed Zeke. It was like really early in the game, or on what is it? What's Sunday? When it was like super early in the game, and Pollard had like I don't know what it was, 7 carries for 47 yards, and
right.
Zeke just had 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown.
He's Matt Asiata.
Yeah, he is.
Really
He's
is.
not Asiata that gets paid fucking 15 million a year.
Dude, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Dalvin Cook used to be like that. Let's be real.
Yeah,
But
Dalvin is like still fucking really good.
Dalvin's a stud, dude.
Yeah. He still picked up 70 yards.
Yeah, see,
Leave him
like
something.
this year, I feel like that's a low number for him because like he's kind of been balling out this year. And so like when I saw that stat line that he had 70 yards, it's like it seems low.
Yeah, and for him it is a little bit low. I don't know though. I think that people have pretty high expectations because if you're rushing for 70 yards a game, I mean, you're putting that's over 1,000 yards, right? Here,
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not a math guy. What do you mean?
I don't know. You seem like more of a math guy than me.
Pull out the calculator for that one.
I thought you might have something for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, no, the one
we'll
thing
go with it.
I want to point out about the fucking Dallas game is everybody's like Trevon Diggs shut down JJ. When did Kirk have time to throw to JJ? Like that stat line is such a fluky stat line. If anything, Micah Parsons shut down Justin Jefferson because Micah Parsons, boy, that dude's a monster.
Sick, man. He's the best edge rusher I've seen in a long time.
He's got my vote for defensive player of the year, 100%. I hate giving credit to a Cowboys player, but like you can't deny Micah Parsons is the best middle linebacker D end we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, any Trayvon Diggs praise that I'm seeing, I'm taking strictly as disrespect for Micah Parsons.
I like
unbelievable
that.
player.
Way to look at
it. Christian Darrisaw has been having an all-pro season. He played like 6 snaps on Sunday.
Yeah.
He gave up 2 sacks. Now, of course, he was dealing with a concussion. He gave up 2 sacks in 6 snaps as like a first-team all-pro favorite.
Right.
Micah Parsons is having a special season.
They both were drafted in the same year, weren't they? Or was
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them, I mean, they're both studs. They're going to be studs. They're both going to be in this league for a while, and they're both going to be studs. Although it does fucking suck that Darrisaw's out for this Thursday. Blake Brandel.
With head injuries.
Boy.
Does Matthew Judon? We can talk. Let's wait for the Patriots game.
Yeah. No, I do want to give credit to Darrisaw though. I don't know if you guys saw not the Buffalo or not this game, but who did we play last week? Not Dallas, but the week before.
Bills.
The Bills, right? When he went out with a concussion, he self-reported it. So I was like, that's awesome that we have players self-reporting that.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good to take it serious.
I don't want him out there hurt.
Yeah, because he even said to it, he was like, that was my first time experiencing a concussion. I've never felt anything like that. So I was just like, I want to be safe and not mess up my career.
That's smart.
So yeah.
I kind of wish he just wouldn't have started that Cowboys game.
Right.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't like totally ready to go either. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to make excuses for him either. Micah Parsons is fucking great.
Yeah.
But you do wonder, you know. Well, hopefully we see him again in the playoffs. I hope we just get to run the NFC East unit.
Right.
Yeah, we need it.
That's gonna be fun when we get talking about playoffs because I could totally see it. It's just like, oh, we lost to you guys in the regular season. All right. Well, here's what we got to do.
No, we just gotta somehow keep our grip on that 2 seed, man. Just get that home field advantage so that
I think we will.
championship.
I think this loss is going to really open up Kevin's like eyes, like, oh shit, we need to work on this a lot. Like, if our game plan fails, what do we do?
I don't
Players'
know.
eyes too.
Yeah.
It's a tough sled here now too, just because the thing that makes this part of the season especially hard when you're playing these good teams, like at least the teams that are sneaky and can beat you, is that you're kind of fighting the injury bug now, right?
Right.
And so it really comes down to how good are like our practice squad guys, how good are the guys that have to fill in, and
Or the depth.
You know, when you get at that point, it's a crapshoot, right? When even if both teams are playing hurt, it ends
Right.
up crapshoot. And so it's going to be a tough sled now, I think, even to go 13-4. But you know, we'll see. I've been wrong before. No, I haven't actually. I guess this year. But
No, like you mentioned, everybody's dealing with injuries. Like I know that the Cowboys did a really good job at exploiting the injuries that the Vikings were facing,
Yep.
but the Vikings didn't lose because they were injured at cornerback and left tackle.
no,
They lost because they got fucking dog walked. You know,
we got smoked. Yeah.
that's going to be the story with every game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not going back to the Trevon Diggs thing too. I'm kind of like, I don't really mind talking sweet about the Cowboys right now, just because like they just whooped our ass 40.
Earned it.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of gotta, and I just gotta take the punches. Like, I know Trevon Diggs didn't lock down Justin Jefferson. Like, there was never any opportunity for Jefferson to get open at all. Like, it just wasn't happening. But like, they beat our ass 40-3. So that's what people are gonna say, and I kind of just am like, you know, it's whatever. I gotta accept it.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of talk about like kind of going off of that about how the Vikings aren't going to get respected, and it's like, oh, like we lost one game and now people are saying we're terrible. Yeah, they are saying we're terrible, and they're going to
Yep.
continue to say we're terrible.
Yep.
You had to beat the Bills in the flukiest game of the century to get to get respect,
Right.
and now you just got destroyed like on national television. You're not getting that respect until you win a playoff game. And honestly, that's how it should be. We shouldn't really care about how the national media is talking about us.
Right. Well, frankly, I think this week shows that when the media does talk about us, we just fucking like shit the bed. So I would be okay with the media like, oh, the Vikings aren't a good team. Like, okay, whatever. Like, and everybody's going to complain about that on Twitter, but it's like, who cares? Like, the only people that really know the Vikings are a good team are Vikings fans, but sometimes they don't even believe that because let's be real, let's be real. I've been 100% in on this team. The 2 good teams in the NFC that we've played, we've looked like ass. So it's like I joke that we're not a fraudulent 8-2 team, but sometimes we are because we did have to. It was wire to wire going to the Bills game. We won on a miracle pass, basically. And then the 2 NFC teams that we've played that we have the 2 losses to beat our ass. Like,
yeah, like straight up fucking ragdolled us over a rock. Like, not even competitive football. That's the thing is like, like I feel like I wasn't even like I thought I was playing Madden. I thought I was playing Madden with you.
Right.
I thought I was playing Madden with you, just ragdolling you. Like I thought.
That's what the score was. I think when we played, I think I got 6 points. So I at least outscored the Vikings.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. You doubled their score actually.
I did, but yeah, I mean, frankly, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still like this team. I still think we're a playoff team. I'm not gonna doubt them, but it's just like they have to come out and prove that they're a good team. Like, just fucking light up the scoreboard.
Yeah, like they have to do something really cool now to get respect back, because everyone's gonna look at, like, now, even after we've played the Cowboys and the Bills, now they're gonna look at the rest of the schedule and be like, well, all the teams that you have left on the schedule theoretically are not as good as those teams. If we don't like smoke some of those teams, and if we lose like even a couple of those games, if we go to the playoffs at 13-4, they're still gonna be like, people are still going to say that we're fugazi, and they might be right. Like we got beat 40. People were saying that about the Bucs in 2020. Like we got smoked by by the Cowboys,
Saints,
and they got smoked by the Saints. And so that's fine. You know, you can go in with that reputation and still win. But it doesn't make sense to expect that to not be the narrative now for the rest of the year. Honestly,
Yeah,
you can't
and I mean,
lose 40-3 and expect anything.
if you're reading into that as a fan, treat it like the players do. Just look at the
Mhm.
next game and say, all right, we're focusing on the Patriots. Like all we got to do is beat the Patriots. All right. Doesn't
Right.
matter. Like last week we got blown out. Doesn't matter what other people are saying. Just don't listen to it. You know. I know it's hard, and I know
Right.
that's a not fun answer for me. But if it's
Oh,
getting
that's
to you,
right.
just got
No,
that's
yeah.
what you got to do.
I mean, think of all the veteran leadership that we have in that locker room. We have Pat P, who's like a great locker room presence, not just for the cornerback squad, but like for the whole team. We got EK. Like how many years like has he had these games happen?
That's what I
Yeah,
mean, though. Like EK and Harry got to figure out their shit because
right.
this shit can't keep happening without me starting to wonder about their leadership a little bit.
Right.
Just saying.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
how many
No,
of these games are we gonna have to watch, man?
I think and even some of the younger guys, I think like JJ will probably like be like, come on guys, like
JJ's the best leader on the team.
Oh, 100%. Like
not even just by play. Like the dude is like he's super honest in the media and he takes accountability and he places blame where it should be. Like he's really
he's God. He's God.
Yeah,
he's
I
him.
mean he's him.
No, I will say that I do like how JJ said he doesn't care what kind of money he gets. He loves Minnesota, which I think is awesome that he loves playing for us. But just give him the keys to the city because like that the Wilfs just need to give him anything that he wants because that man we can't afford to lose him.
It's mostly nerds that talk about this, but people are like, oh, he's not going to be worth 30 million or whatever you pay. You have cap space, so you can pay your good players. Like,
right?
What good is cap space if you're just going to throw away all your good players once they're off their rookie contracts?
Right.
This shouldn't even be a discussion.
Fucking pay him quarterback money. I do not care. That dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, let's be real. He's number one in the NFL. He's top receiver in the NFL for me. Like he's 1A, 1B. Like we've had this discussion multiple times in our texts, but like JJ, yeah, you just pay him whatever the fuck he wants. Like whatever you can get to keep him on the team. Because then once we get him locked in, we'll have a quarterback of the future. And boy, that'll be nice.
Spencer Thompson on Twitter brought up a good question. I was curious what you guys thought about. He's curious, what do we do with Bradbury?
Yeah, I saw that.
What do we do with Bradbury, boys?
So did you guys respond to the poll?
I actually did not. I just responded to the tweet.
I did. Bryce, did you?
No, let me go see it real quick.
All right, I'll kick it off then. I did respond to the poll. I said pay him at market rate.
Okay, that's what I probably would have said.
Wait,
don't pay over. Like don't make him a top 8 center, but try to pay him at market rate. In my opinion.
I think I agree. I mean, he's gotten better this year, but like he still has these games where he fucking blows for no reason. So he's an league average center, I think, probably.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just voted on it. I'm in the same stance with you. Like, pay him average center money. I mean, if you have to, I guess you could also draft a center, but like that's not our top need.
Well, at this point I'm against drafting offensive linemen. For like a few reasons, but if we were to move on from Garrett Bradbury, we'd be in the same position as we were in 2018 when we had to draft Garrett Bradbury.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you might end up with like an Elton Jenkins or an Eric McCoy out of that draft, or you might end up with Garrett Bradbury, who sucks for 3 years and is completely unplayable until a regime change, you know?
Well, I mean, Slime's brought it up multiple times. Who's the center for Jason Kelsey, right? Was it Jason Kelsey you said?
Yeah.
Like,
yep. Jason Kelsey was the example, yeah. There are a couple of them.
So, like,
he could end up just like being good next year. That's why, yeah, like you guys said.
You just pay him market value. I mean, we can't afford to keep trying to rebuild this O-line. Like you got to work with what you got. Like, and I hate saying that, but as a Vikings fan, we've been dealing with this for decades now.
Yeah. So I mean, keep it as intact as you can because you have good building blocks too. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a good state. I said that I would take him out to Manny's Steakhouse and then go on a nice walk with him on Raspberry.
Yeah, that'll take a few mil off his cap hit.
Yeah.
No,
you can say at my place. He doesn't have to pay rent.
I think having a new O-line coach has really helped this O-line too.
Yeah, dude's good.
Chris Cooper?
Chris
Is that
Cooper.
how you? Yeah. But like this O-line, they're playing nasty. Like when they have good games, they play nasty. Like, and I love seeing that out of this team. And having a good O-line coach makes a huge difference because when Tony Sperano was our O-line coach, that was a good O-line.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And ever since then, we've been trying to like search for that O-line coach again. And I think, knock on wood, we finally have it.
I'm seeing Broncos fans on Twitter kind of bitter about losing Chris Cooper. So that tells me that he's looking good.
Yes, that's what I like. That is other fans' tears is the best barometer for how good the investment was. Yep. Dude, like that actually is a super underrated huge thing. Tony Sperano lost. That like really fucked that team up, dude.
Right.
Especially on the like he was really good.
He was really close with all of his O linemen too.
Yeah.
He was a leader. He had head coach experience. He'd been all around the league, super respected, and it was suddenly mid-season.
Right.
Yeah. Awful. And then Chris Thomason live tweeted.
Hell.
That's insane. That's so funny.
That's like top 5 most deranged moments in Vikings Twitter history.
I feel like he's the owner of like 3 or 4 of those moments.
Oh, no doubt.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Right.
Well, should we move on to
shithead of the week?
Shithead of the week. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do we have our final thoughts on the game out? Are we
I've
this into the void and we're comfortable in the abyss now?
Yeah.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah. I think that's just going to be the big wake up call for this team. Like we're good, but we're not that good.
I forgot. I was gonna do this bit and I forgot because I'm dumb. But I was gonna do this bit where I just pretended that we didn't lose. I was just gonna be like, "Yeah, this is a great team win. I'm just like really excited to be going in 8-2 after the bye."
I feel like that would be more painful than just going through the grieving process, you know.
Going through it normally. Well, I'm glad that we had this session so that I could forget those the silly fake reality in which we win football games.
Hopefully, we don't need it anymore.
Hopefully not. All we need is the football gods back on our side. They were with us that game, and that's okay.
Right.
Oh,
shithead of the week.
How we feeling?
I'll start. I just saw this earlier, and you know, my shithead of the week. A lot of it will go, and I hate saying this because I have a good friend who's a team of this or a fan of this team, but my shithead of the week goes to Bears fans. Because there's been so much like, oh, Fields is a top 10 quarterback this year because of his scrambling and all this shit. But the thing that topped it off for me was just like, I think the tweet's been deleted now, but it was a poll. And it said, would you trade Justin Fields for Pat Mahomes straight up? All the Bear fans said, no, Justin Fields is legit. We would take Justin Fields over Pat Mahomes at this moment.
I would take Justin Fields over Pat Mahomes if I was coaching the Navy and
running the triple option.
Yeah, and that's about it. Justin Fields is a top 10 quarterback in an offense that doesn't throw more than 10 times a game.
Justin Fields is maybe a top 10 fantasy quarterback. If that's what they want.
Killer fantasy quarterback. Yeah, he whoops ass on fantasy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, say what you will about however he's playing. That man has won me like $200 in the past month. So let's go, Justin Fields. He's better than Pat Mahomes. Keep it up, buddy.
Yeah. Keep it up, buddy. I will say, when I convert Justin Fields to running back in Madden, he goes off, bro.
Do you really?
Year 5. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Crazy.
Speaking of Madden, I know we're on shithead of the week, but the Vikings in Kevin O'Connell's first year, I play on all Madden when 19-0 won the Super Bowl against the fucking Jacksonville Jags. But then during the offseason, I traded Adam Thielen, Alexander Madison, I traded away Kirk Cousins. I signed Jimmy G, and then I drafted Will Levis So
I kind of fucks with that though.
yeah. So I like completely wiped the oldies off the team to
Dude,
free
that'd
up
be kind
some
of
cap.
sick if we got Will Levis.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, Levis. I always think it's
Or however it
Levis.
is. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah,
Levis.
so shithead of the week. Sorry, I went on a tangent there, but shithead of the week goes to Bears fans. And I know I have some friends that listen to this that are Bears fans. I still love you guys, but you have told me multiple times your fans are dumb too. So
Yeah, this is Vikings Serious. Bryce's Bear fans. I really love you. Keep Justin Fields on whatever Gatorade you're feeding him because I need some more money. Daddy's got to pay rent.
I would like to say to Brace's Chicago Bear fans, embrace the suck. It never ends. As long as we live on this earth, there is nothing but suffering. And also bear down because Justin Fields is carrying my fantasy team to a championship.
All right, Slime. Do you have a shithead this week?
I didn't really. I haven't been on Twitter that much this week. It's pretty easy pick. Gonna go with Nick Sirianni, I think, because
Oh yeah,
douche boy with fucking John with fans, I guess, saying something about Frank Reich.
yeah. He said this shit's for Frank Reich. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Okay.
You guys almost lost to the Colts.
Yeah, and they suck. And also Frank Reich is literally on the other sideline. Go talk to him. What are you Pussy boy wants to throw hands, but he wants to throw hands.
No, he's not.
Formerly.
Jeff Saturday is the coach, remember? Because Frank Reich got fired.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
that's why I said this shit's for Frank Reich. Like,
but it still stands. Like he wasn't talking to Jim Irsay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to reverse my opinion. That's kind of hard.
I disagree. Like I said, he wasn't talking to Jim Irsay. He was just talking to random fans in the first few rows.
Yeah.
Chill, dude. There's probably some dude's son up there. Like, why is this man yelling at us?
Whoa. Chill.
I don't know. Like, I guess as a coach, like, yeah, it's fine to show emotion. Like, maybe I'm just being a boomer about this, but I think they're showing emotion and then being over the fucking top with it. And I think that's what Nick Sirianni did. Like, I don't know.
I honestly totally forgot that Frank Reich got fired. That's really funny that Jeff Saturday is the head coach. Can we just talk about that for a second? That how fucking funny is that he Ted Lassoed his way into a head coaching job and win.
I have some strong feelings about that, and I don't know if people will agree with me, but I think it is kind of fucked that Jim Irsay went outside of the coaching tree that the Colts have when, like, I don't know. I just feel like there's because Reggie Wayne, I'm pretty sure, is their wide receiver coach or so. So why not like try to elevate him just as an interim for half the season? But that's how I feel.
I don't know. I mean, they won the first game and almost beat the Eagles. So
I mean, yeah,
maybe dude's just like good. I don't know.
maybe I'm just a boomer about this. I just feel like because a lot of those coaches have been like working their asses off for a head coaching position.
Well, did you hear Jeff's reaction when Irsay called him? He was like, "Me?" Like, why am I a candidate for this?
See, yeah,
the TV desk, like what?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a boomer about it, but that's like how I feel. Like I love Jeff Saturday as a coach. I think it's going to be a good coaching position. Like he'll be a great coach. I just feel like there's some coaches like in that staff that kind of got screwed. But whatever, not my decision.
No, you have a point.
You know, like you're not alone at all. I've heard that from a lot of people. If Jim Irsay were to go within the Colts organization for their interim head coach, 1,000% it was going to be Gus Bradley. I do not want to see that man in another head coaching position.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I support. Like I support, but I also get like there's a lot of deserving people.
Yeah. Yep. I do see both sides of it too. I think for me, it's just more of like, I don't care about the Colts. So I think it's
Yeah, me too. It's hilarious.
Like if the Vikings did it, I'd be like, come on. But
also Jeff Saturday.
That's the other thing. Like if they promoted like Jared Allen I'd have been like,
I'd be like,
I'd be sick as shit, you know?
Yeah.
Also, Jeff Saturday just has beautiful eyes. I'm going to put that out there. His eyes, they're like gorgeous. I don't even care.
Yeah. Being, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway,
right.
My shithead of the week for
Theorist, shithead of the week, buddy.
My shithead of the week is myself. I came on this podcast. I told you all to hop on the hype train. I told you all that we were the real deal. I told you all that let's have some fun. We're gonna smoke some motherfuckers. And then we did what we did on a Sunday afternoon. So I still believe that we can be the real deal. I still believe that we have playoff potential, but it's now on the team to show us. And you're not going to be hearing that homer talk from me anytime soon. Unless, of course, we go out on Thanksgiving and hang 50 on the Patriots. Then it's back to it, baby.
Back on.
Yeah, see, listen, we have two realists on this show. I'm always going to be a homer. I don't even fucking care. I've been wrong about the Vikings before. I'll be wrong about the Vikings again. I'm going to be riding that purple train this year. So, yeah, but I forgot that you did say that we were the real deal last week.
I think a lot of people did. But it's on my honor as a man. I have to bring it up. I have to bring light to my failures.
I respect it. That's respect, because I would have just let it slide. Like, not gonna lie, I would have been like, oh, nobody brought it up. All right, well,
I'm good. Well, I think that we need a homer anyway. That's good, because even Boof is like kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah. So with that, should we get into Eagles Patriots preview?
Eagles preview. Yeah, let's do it.
Eagles. I don't want to talk about the Eagles anymore.
Listen, all right, I'm gonna say this. We're gonna come out and ball on the Patriots. The Jets couldn't only scored. I mean, they only put 3 points up against the Jets. Yes, the Jets have a really good defense. I think our defense is good. Personally, I know I'm going to get hate for this. I think our defense is just fine. Like, we had a fluky game last week, whatever. But I think we might drop 40 on the Patriots this week. Not even going to lie.
On Thanksgiving in prime time, huh?
Well, so here's the thing. We're like the last 2 years, we're 2-0 with those primetime purples, because 29, or is it? I know we beat Washington with them a few years ago, and then last year we put up like 33 on the Steelers with them. I'm pretty sure,
something like that. That Steelers game was crazy.
So I think, and after the ass kicking that they just had, they're going to be like, all right, it's our turn. Like, they're going to come out with a vengeance. That's just in my gut. I'm feeling that this is going to be a blowout win for the Vikings.
I hope you're right. I'm not that confident. Before I get into my thoughts, do you guys remember Jamie Collins?
I do remember Jamie Collins. Yeah.
Dude is still on the Patriots on the practice squad.
You're kidding.
Whoa.
Dead serious. And even better, also on the Patriots practice squad, number 62 offensive guard, Bill Murray.
That's awesome.
You guys are great. That's a plus 4 points on my game prediction there.
Do you think his days on the practice squad feel like Groundhog Day?
I bet he's been asked about that multiple times this season.
He's like, well, those paychecks do. I'll tell you that. Yeah,
for real.
Fair enough.
So the New England Patriots. I don't think we're gonna blow them out. Vegas has us as like a 3.5 point favorite. I think that's probably correct. I feel like we'll beat them by like a touchdown, honestly. But they have a really sound defense. Their offense is Ramondre Stevenson and Inshallah. So I'm not super worried about that, but like that defense, they're gonna have Matthew Judon on Blake Brandel all day. We could see Matthew or Michael Strahan's single season sack record broken tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. Or on Thursday, keep an eye out for that.
How many sacks does Judon have?
I think it's like 9 or something like that. Let me see.
Yeah, he's gonna break it. Yep, that's done.
Well, so I don't know about that.
Matthew Judon's at 13 on the season.
Oh my God, he's gonna fucking double the record.
Okay, so here's my thing before you preview Slime. My thing is, and I think this is actually going to happen, both Kevin O'Connell and JJ said we have to start getting the ball out faster. So I think we're going to see a lot of quick passes. If that pocket starts to collapse, I think they're going to we can't have a repeat of Sunday. Like, if the pocket starts to collapse, just get open in quick passes. That's
hopefully
just based off some of their press conferences this week. They've all been talking about get the ball out faster, get blocking better down for Kirk. Even Hawkinson said he messed up on blocking. So I think we're going to see a lot of quick passes on Thursday if the pocket collapse.
I just really hope that KJ Osborne and Adam Thielen can get open, because it's a lot easier to cover Justin Jefferson if they're running like a bunch of quick patterns like sticks and shit. Just because they can set somebody underneath and then bracket over the top in case we do try anything tricky. And then the corner doesn't have to worry necessarily about the deep 30
right.
on that short half. So yeah, we're really going to need KJ. If that's the plan, then we're going to really need KJ and Adam to step up, because like honestly, those dudes haven't really been very good this year. I think Adam's been mostly fine, but like he's what I would expect Adam feeling at 32 years old to be, 30 years old, whatever.
But yeah, KJ
has been like shit. He's been like not good.
Right. Well, I think he listens to this podcast, and I think you guys probably follow him on Twitter. Bry, he made up a good.
Dude, one second. I thought you meant KJ listened to this podcast, and I was like,
oh.
Yeah, I was thinking I don't know about that.
No. So Bry, I think he listens. He's all perped out on Twitter. But he made up a really good point, and I have to agree with it. And I hate saying this because
I know what one you're gonna say.
Yeah. So our boy on Twitter said Alan Lazard and Christian Watson are a better wide receiver duo than Adam and KJ. And he brought up some good points. Christian Watson has 243 yards, 5 touchdowns in 8 games. KJ Osborne, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 games. Alan Lazard has 529 yards, 5 touchdowns in 9 games. And Adam Thielen has 492 yards, 2 touchdowns in 10 games. And they're also averaging more targets than Alan Lazard and Christian Watson. So
yeah. And I mean, like, the stats are support that, but like even just watch them play. Like if you just watch Packer games and watch Vikings games, it's pretty obvious, that Lazard and Watson are more effective now, or at least more efficient than
this year.
2 and 3. Yeah, and I mean it's a little bit different, I think, because they're 1 and 2s, so they're being schemed up for a bit better than KJ and Adam are, but still, it's concerning.
Right. Yeah.
I thought you were leading into that saying that Christian Watson and Alan Lazard are better than Justin Jefferson and whoever.
Oh no!
I was about to blow up on you. So I'm glad that. I heard the rest of that.
The only person who thinks Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson is in this podcast, and it's certainly not me, and it's certainly not Theorist.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We don't need to bring up.
Hey, you know what?
Skeletons.
Let's just see how it shakes out next year.
Okay, hater. Let's slow it down. Let's not wait to see.
It's all right.
It's okay. I deserve to live eternally with that take.
Nah, it's all right. Jamar Chase is injured, so we know who's the better receiver.
Yeah, I mean, durability is the best ability. That's what they say, right?
Right. JJ played with turf toe. Let's be real. That's pretty ballsy.
That's hard. That's hard as fuck. That's certified real.
Huge respect.
Yeah. Also, this is why nobody takes my ball take seriously.
We're on Purple Fufu. We don't have to be serious.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I think we're gonna see. So Dalvin Tomlinson is questionable. I think that's going to be huge if he does play. I bet hopefully he's on a snap count, because I want him to be fully healthy for that Jets game.
Yeah, we need him back. Like I think this game's going to be super close, because they're going to kick a bunch of field goals. They might score a couple touchdowns, and they're going to kick a bunch of field goals. And the offense, I think, is going to do their typical, like, they're going to score like 24 points, 28 points, something like that. That's
I don't think so.
I appreciate your optimism. I do. But it just feels like, especially if Dalvin's not back, and frankly, like, if he's not 100%, I don't want him on the field. So
right.
If the short week, Thanksgiving means that Dalvin needs to take another week off. Fine, I would rather have him do that and sacrifice that. But that run defense is fucking garbage right now. Like they look
Right.
like
They
look like shit against the
ass.
Bills.
Ass. And they look like ass against the fucking
Really all year.
Cowboys too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anybody who says Dalvin Tomlinson is not a productive member of this run defense or this defense in general can frankly suck my balls because yeah, he looked like our run defense has been ass ever since he's been out.
Yeah, and like the only saving grace that we might have, the biggest saving grace, not the only, but the biggest saving grace we might have on Thursday is that the Patriots score too quickly for Belichick. Like they move the ball, they run the ball like too far, and like because Belichick's thing, like he loves to just control the clock and like keep moving the sticks on third downs and short third downs.
Right.
Yep.
And so like if they just keep breaking off these like chunk runs, then hopefully that just disrupts their rhythm. That's what I'm hoping for. But I'm like super concerned because that super run focused offense that's good. And I'm
so here's my thing. What do we try to force Mac to throw? Because I haven't seen Mac Jones play this year. I didn't watch him
try.
Because like is he even that good at throwing the ball? Like
no.
Okay, so yeah,
his receivers suck.
They run the Gophers offense basically.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Mo Ibrahim, Ramondre Stevenson run it 40,000 times a game. Mac Jones, Tanner Morgan, you're going to throw 10 times. Please don't throw an interception. That's
literally. Remember that game that Mac won? How many passes did he throw? And that
it
game
was
six, like 3 passes.
Oh yeah, 6. It was the win game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge too. If we can like shut down that run defense and force, and if here's the thing, they have to eventually might have to start playing from behind. I think that's going to be huge too. If we can, if we can get a couple scores on them, force them to come from behind, and like they have to pass the ball. Like,
yeah, hopefully, and hopefully they forget who Andrew Booth is, and they in his direction at all.
Well, I don't know if he's actually going to play.
He's hurt,
he's questionable.
Oh, he's fucking hurt again. Oh, that's right. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's hurt again.
Listen, I don't like the Booth hate. He's a rookie, okay? Like he's gonna be a stud.
Get on the field then, bro.
I know. Well, he was on the field, and then everybody bitched at him. But
then he got hurt.
Yeah, not to like the fourth quarter, but like
okay.
I don't know when he got hurt, but like everybody's blaming Andrew Booth for all those like that. Like, but the whole defense was bad. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't blame the Cowboys game. I don't blame the Cowboys game on him, but like, he came onto the team with injury concerns, and now he's been banged up all year, and like he sucked when he's been in, and it's like at a certain point, I'm like, bro,
what rookie cornerback has been good?
Okay. I was holding my tongue. I was gonna say I hate to be that guy. You want to hear who we could have had?
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't. Let's go into it. Let's take a seat. We got some time.
Let's dive into
it. 4th round. The Seattle Seahawks took Kobe Bryant.
Not
just because of his name. He's been pretty good this year.
We didn't take. How do you not take Kobe Bryant? Okay.
His name, I'm telling you.
We passed on Steph Curry too.
Yeah. Later in that round, Caleb Evans, which really is saving our ass from that draft class. A few picks after that, we have Jack Jones, who up until a couple weeks ago was in contention for Defensive Rookie of the Year until Sauce Gardner went All Pro.
He's on the Patriots, right?
He is on the Patriots.
Oh,
so we're gonna good look at him.
When did Tariq Woolen get drafted?
He got like the second.
5th round. After we took a Caleb Evans, which is a good pick, and Andrew Booth. I wanted Tariq Woolen the entire process. Dude is like 6'15" and runs like 10 million miles an hour. He's a beast, and we didn't take him.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to spoil that. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Listen, everybody's shitting on Quessie's draft class. How is he supposed to know that Lewis Cine would get hurt week 4? Andrew Booth, like the tape was good. I will say the Ed Ingram like pick probably shouldn't have happened. Just Caleb Evans when he's on the field, he's a fucking stud. Like, let's be real, he's a great cornerback. But I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Quessie for his first draft. Like everybody's saying, "Oh, Quessie had a terrible first." You can't rate a GM after one draft.
Agreed. Yeah, no, important to give it time to simmer. I am, mostly
Right.
being facetious. The problem with me with Andrew Booth is that supposedly had a dog in him. It seems like why we drafted him, because he
Right.
was a receiver. He was fucking hard as fuck, as well as being good. And I have not seen the ratio of his shitty play and injuries to the number of videos that I've seen him fighting people isn't high enough. If I have seen enough videos of him fighting people, then I would be in Andrew Booth's camp, because he still has that dog in him. But I
I'm
haven't seen
gonna
any videos.
This probably won't like back what I'm about to say, but I think Andrew Booth does have that dog in him, because in that first, I think it was the first quarter when the Cowboys were driving down the field, he just went in a little too low, but he was going in for a big hit on one of those screens. And I was ready for it, because that was the hit we've all been waiting for. So I still think he has that dog in him. Let's give him time to simmer. Now, if he's still injured next year, then we have time like to question that pick. But I do think that this draft class will be fine. I think Lewis Cine, once he's healthy, he's going to be a stud. He was a defensive player MVP at the national championship.
Yeah. So Lewis Cine makes me wonder. I think Lewis Cine's really good. So I'm
right
for that pick. Like he had a freak injury. He wasn't going to play this year over Bynum or
right.
Harris. And Bynum's been good. Let's
give
him props. He's been good. So what about Harry? What happens with Harry in the future? Like, do you think that cap casualty?
Yeah. His contract is horrible, and he is getting up there in age.
So here's what I love Harry. I don't care what team he gets it on at this point. If we cut him, I want him to go get his ring, because that man deserves his ring. And people are going to say nobody deserves a ring. That man, sorry, he has better stats than Troy Polamalu as of right now. If you look it up, he's a better safety. Like, I think Polamalu has like more sacks maybe or something, but overall, Harrison Smith is probably one of the greatest safeties to ever play in the NFL.
Folks ain't ready for that conversation.
That's my opinion. Sorry, that's my opinion. I do think.
I think that Harry with a ring is a Hall of Fame contender. I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I think he's probably a shoo-in if he has a ring.
Right.
I think so too. He missed like too many All Pros, but I think he deserves more than he currently has. Like, he lost out to like Kevin Byard. Like, okay, like
yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
No, that's like I respect the hell out of Harrison Smith on the field. Not so much a lot of his off-field political choices, but to each their own, whatever. But I just think he's a great player, and if we do cut him, I want him to go get his ring somewhere.
And I'm excited about Lewis Cine too. So,
right.
I'm certainly willing to give that class some time to wait. But I certainly I would like to have a Caleb Evans back pretty soon. That'd be really cool if we had him.
Well,
he's out, right?
Yeah, because he has a concussion. So so the nice thing about Thursday night football is we get like basically a week and a half to recover. Yep. So it's like a mini bye, which is nice.
That's huge, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Harrison will be on the team next year. He's certainly playing his way into another year. I hope that Lewis Cine recovers. We're going to see a lot more like 3 safety looks like we were hoping to see this season. But like, we're not just going to cut Harrison Smith and throw like fresh and green Lewis Cine right into the pocket there,
Yeah, and there's probably some dead cap involved with just cutting him too. They'll probably try to work a restructure or something at some point.
Yeah, right.
There's a couple, right? Like him, EK, Dalvin, all kind of have to be restructured for this thing to work.
So you want my honest opinion? Because when Dalvin's contract is up, I don't know if we re-sign him. You want my honest opinion?
I thought so too, but like, he's so good, bro. Like, I don't know.
He is, but like, you don't he's already got one big bag. Like, he got that huge contract, 4-year contract extension or 3 years, whatever it was. Do you pay him again? Like,
I don't know. You're right.
It's hard.
It's risky to give a running back a second contract, much less.
Right. Like, unless if it's like a 1-year prove it deal
or something. Won't be that for Dalvin.
Right. Yeah. And like, I love Dalvin. I love Dalvin Cook. He's an amazing athlete, but running back, I don't know. It's hard for me. It's really hard for me to say, let's give him another big contract.
Here's what I'll say. Cap doesn't exist. Like it's totally made up. So you
Right.
can make it work if you want. If you cut Dalvin Cook, what are you going to do at running back? You're not bringing back Alexander Madison. He's going to make starter money, and he's not worth it.
No,
Like,
he's
are
not.
you trusting like Kenan Nwangwu and Ty Chandler? They've shown nothing.
Wait, is Dalvin's contract like up this year?
No, he's a
Okay.
restructure candidate. But
Okay.
he's around for a couple more years for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wait a minute.
Okay, so we don't even have to worry.
Yeah.
But like I said, there is steam around him being either a restructure or cut candidate.
I don't know if we'll cut him. I could definitely see a restructure because like you do unless we draft like a running back, but I don't know if that's really a top need.
I don't think draft a running back, dude. Like,
honestly,
are we gonna take Bijan Robinson in like the top 15? I hope not.
No, I know this is super early for like draft talk, but if we're being real, we need to draft a wide receiver in the next draft.
Never too early for draft talk. I love this shit.
I love
Draft,
it.
like, and this year has shown, like, yes, we maybe could have drafted Jameson Williams, but whatever. We need it. We needed defensive help more than anything this year. But bring me a wide receiver this year, first round pick. Pick 32, make him a wide receiver.
In the first. Do we need anything else really? We don't really like totally
Defensive
need it.
tackle.
DT, yeah, definitely.
DT.
If we could get a big fat one up there, that'd be cool.
But do you draft a DT in the first round? Like I guess Aaron Donald was.
There's two defensive tackles that I'd take in the first round. Brian Breesy and Jalen Carter, and neither of them will be available where we're picking.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're both
and Miles Murphy, but I guess he's kind of more of an edge rusher.
Yeah, he could work in the middle, but
yeah, no, it's definitely it has to be wide receiver first pick this year. It has to be. Like
there are some studs in the first round.
This is a deep wide receiver class.
Yeah. JSN out of Ohio State. Jordan Addison out of USC. Dude, Quentin Johnson. Oh my God.
Quentin Johnson would be a pipe dream.
Bring them to me.
Listen, and I'm not just being an Iowa State homer. I'm pretty sure he's a senior, but Xavier Hutchinson like leads the nation in receptions. I would love to see him in purple and gold. He's he's a sure-handed guy.
The thing for me with wide receivers is like I always have to wait to see combine numbers, and
right.
They don't really mean that much, but like if Chris Olave ran a fucking 4.26, and he turned out to be pretty goddamn good. And we already knew he was pretty good, but like just that little extra information helps a lot.
Chris Olave is offensive rookie of the year, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah,
dude's a stud.
I get behind that. I will say about Xavier Hutchinson, I have no idea. I haven't seen a second of Iowa State play. I'm afraid of Iowa State wide receivers because the only one I know of is Hakeem Butler.
Oh, yeah.
How is he doing these days?
He did transition to like a tight end, and I think in the Cardinals, but
he was garbage, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was garbage.
I was so high on that guy. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was 6'5", like
he was
6'5", like 4'4", 840. He's a mismatch, especially at tight end. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes just there's been a lot of those, man. That college just doesn't translate to the NFL sometimes.
Quantrell, wow.
Ryan Leaf.
Yeah. Oh, him. Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes.
His
tweet was so funny. What was somebody roasted him, and he was like,
it was talking about Zach Wilson. He was like, it's something about Mormon and being like Zach Wilson being Mormon or whatever. And he was, oh my God, let's see if I can find it. Because that was,
I think he said, I live a better life than any of you Jets fans. And I spent 3 of those years in prison.
Yep, that's what it was. Yep.
That's so great. That's a great redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to get into final score predictions for the Patriots game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right, I'll start since I said they're gonna win in a blowout. I think we're gonna see a score of Dallas Vikings, but it's gonna be Vikings winning this time 40-3. I think we hold Ramondre Stevenson really low this week, and I think the Patriots are gonna have to be playing from behind, and they just won't be able to catch up. Like so, 40-3. I would 43-3 would be even better. So we blow them out by 40, but 37 is nice too.
I love that we have a homer.
Yeah, I love the confidence.
Yeah.
You inspire me.
That's probably why my heart is about 20 years older than it should be.
Hey, mine too, brother. What do we think of Darius? What you got?
We're gonna win 23-17. Said 2 field goals. I'm honestly kind of leaning more at 23-20. I'm gonna go 23-20.
23-20. All right. I like it. That seems sensical. Who's like Nick Folk's our kicker, right?
Yeah, he's really good.
He's good. Yeah, especially indoors. Yeah, mine's kind of in the same vein as yours, Theorist. I'm gonna go 24-23. I think they're gonna kick a bunch of field goals, and it's gonna be some like weird score, and the Vikings are gonna score 24 like they usually do. I think this defense is one of those defenses that's just like destined to give up 20-ish points a game, no matter who they play. So we're gonna roll with a Vikings Bears-ish score.
Yeah,
I'm
reasonable.
also, one of my bold predictions is that we see Kenny finally return a kick for a touchdown. We've been waiting for it, and I think it happens this game.
I hope so. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities. It doesn't feel like
No.
he's got a lot of kicks this year.
No, everybody doesn't kick to him.
Scared of him. Yep.
Mhm.
So it should be.
And I want to say my boy Rager is going to get a touchdown this week, but
Dude, he's so
man,
bad. I'm not even gonna lie. He's so
Yeah.
Yeah,
bad.
you might have to
I
find a
mean-
new brand.
nah.
Sorry,
It's
man.
too, nah. I'm still going to be rolling with my boy. But guys, did you know how easy it is to field a punt? Did you guys know how easy it is to be a punt returner? So
was
easy.
fucking
Easiest
So
job in the
easy.
entire world.
Easiest job in the NFL is to be a punt returner. All you got to do is stand there and catch the ball. That's
That
all you
was
got
so
to do.
good, dude.
But no, Rager, yeah, he's kind of let me down. But maybe he finally gets redemption and has like 50 yards of returns this year or this
Nice.
season. Or
This year, maybe this season. Yeah, he might. Yeah. I hope he gets
Yes.
there.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm about to be a Bradbury stan.
How about
So,
I
Jalen
could buy
Rager?
that.
How about Jalen Rager passing touchdown?
dude, like fucking Derrick Henry when
Oh,
he
that was
passed
so,
Austin.
dude. That was awesome. Me and my roommate, I was playing my roommate in fantasy that week, and he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Derrick Henry just threw a touchdown. That's so disrespectful.
And listen, I know I've been saying
More
it
of
for the past 3 weeks. Hawkinson is finally going to get his first Vikings touchdown. I feel it. He
If he
should have had it.
fucking catches it, yeah.
Dropped
Yeah.
2 of them
Yeah,
against
I know
the Cowboys. So
Yeah. Well, he did have that nice toe tap. Toe tap. But I don't know. They said he fumbled
He
it.
didn't
Or
catch that shit.
it wasn't a catch. He didn't get both feet down.
oh well,
He
look.
didn't catch that
Yeah,
shit.
see, I've spaced that out too. It looked like he fucking
We're just like the positive rewriting of our memories here.
yeah. Don't fucking listen to me. I don't know ball. But
He's-
Vikings are still gonna win 40-3. I don't care.
Speaking of not knowing ball, I found another cornerback who we could have taken instead of
Uh-oh.
Andrew Booth. His name is Cater Kuo. He's the starting
Oh,
nickel
yep.
corner of the Miami Dolphins.
And
He's
he's
got
great.
he's a beast. He's like top 5 in defensive rookie of the year running right now.
I think that
I mean, we Shannon Sullivan's great, and he's on Twitter, and I love that. But I'm just saying.
here's what I think. You know what I've decided? I think that cornerbacks are obsolete. Cornerbacks do not exist in the modern defense. Today, we should be taking 4 edge rushers, and also, instead of taking linebackers, also take 4 more edge rushers
Or
and blitz every play. And don't worry about your corners, because it's a voidless, thankless position that means nothing. And that's what I will leave you with.
you have 2 offensive tackles. How are you blocking 8 edge rushers? You're not. We're winning the
You're
Super
not.
Bowl, baby.
No, was it this game that Pat P did blitz? Did Pat P blitz in this game, or am I dreaming that up?
No, what was that? That was goofy as hell.
Wait, did he actually blitz?
I'm
He
pretty
blitzed.
sure he did. Yeah. I think he
Okay.
did.
Yeah, I was like, or am I dreaming that up too?
No, you might be. It's all a dream. We dreamed
It's all, yeah. I'm pretty sure every Vikings fan is just like eliminated that game. And to be honest, that's not even the worst loss we've had as Vikings fans. Like that's not even close.
It's merely water under the bridge. The water flows endlessly, much like the leaves on the trees fall yearly. And in a similar fashion, wins and losses are fleeting and desperate. The
All
trivial,
right.
the trivial things to comprehend, to ponder. It's a pointless endeavor. And the further that we think about it, the deeper and deeper we get into our holeless depression of competitive spirit that drags us into nothingness eternally.
Purple therapy. Episode 9.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Skol! Go Vikings!
Skol.
I hope we win this week.
Yeah, next week we'll be talking about a dub and not an L. You can book put your mortgage down on that winning this week one way or another.
Yep. And what's the Bryce? What's the bet this week?
Moneyline Vikings and Kenny Wongwu with a kick return touchdown.
Yes, sir. And while you're at it, smash a money line for every game. Pick a team. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Pay your rent, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
We feel comfortable, boys. We got our final thoughts out. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm just ready to see Mac Jones turn into a sandwich between Za'Darius and Daniil, because Za'Darius is going to play. I know he's questionable. He's going to play.
Mark it up.
Yep.
I think so too. Ultimately, we'll come away with that then. We'll get that.
Yeah. As our Thursday adversary would say, we're on to Thanksgiving. Looking forward to the food, fellas.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully Kirk Cousins is eating right alongside us at the end of that game. From all of us here at Purple Fufu, I'm PFF_vibes here with my co-host PFF_theorist _host, excuse me, Vikings theorist, and PFF_regular season. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. You're the wheels that make this merry go bus go round. Go Vikings. Eat some Thanksgiving legs for dinner, and let's go to the bowl.
Go to the bowl.